Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Solid Gold, Mr. Andy Gibb, with his co-host, Miss Marylin McCoo.
Good evening and welcome to TV's most exciting hour of contemporary music. Tonight, we're getting the show off to a blazing start with the legendary James Brown and his 1965 classic, I Got You, I Feel Good.
We'll be right back with more of Solid Gold and our guests, Sheena Easton, the Rolling Stones, and Hall & Oates. But first, let's feel good some more with the great James Brown.
You know, Marylin, I can't think of a more exciting way to start our Solid Gold than with a living legend like James Brown.
I agree. And he'll be back a little later to talk to Madam.
What a terrible thing to do to a living legend.
Well, you can't become a legend without some suffering.
I'm not quite sure if our next guest has ever suffered like that. But she is one of the hottest new stars in pop music. Her career in the U.S. was launched with one of the biggest hits of 1981, Morning Train, 9 to 5.
All of her records have great melodies and lyrics, and I really enjoy listening to them.
I enjoy watching them.
How do you watch a record?
Well, what you have to understand, Marylin, is that when a beautiful lady is singing, a man's imagination becomes very active. I can almost see her now.
Well, I think you'd see her a lot better if you looked over here and welcomed Miss Sheena Easton singing this week's number 10 song on the Solid Gold Countdown, You Could Have Been With Me.
Most of us like to work hard and play hard. And this week we found some people who like to play harder than the average person. And they're having a good time to Loverboy's latest Solid Gold hit, Working for the Weekend. Watch.
There are few singers in music with the beauty, grace, and talent of our next guest. She's combined those qualities to become one of country and pop music's hottest stars.
She's recorded such classic hits as Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, Talking in Your Sleep, and tonight she's going to perform her latest release. Here, singing her country gold hit, You Never Gave Up on Me, the lovely Miss Crystal Gale.
Andy.
Madam.
I feel so good just sitting here with my memories, sweet memories.
I suppose the 1800s were a lot of fun.
I'm talking about the recent American Music Awards, Peach Fuzz. I was the belle of the ball. I sat on more laps than a paper napkin. At the big party, I danced and carried on with all the winners, but never the losers.
Of course not. I think they'd suffered enough.
You're just jealous. Why, here's an actual picture of me with Kenny Rogers.
That's a good one.
He's a wild man on the dance floor. Every time we dip, his beard would slip down my cleavage and tickle my fancy.
Who else did you carry on with there?
Well, lots of interesting people. Look at this one.
Oh, there you are with Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, but after the photographer took that, he said, I'll take another one, but cover up that ugly woman's face. So I did. Look at this picture. I hate to put that over Olivia's head, but compared to me, she's such a baby.
Madam, I don't believe a word you've said.
Pictures don't lie.
No? Then how do you explain this one?
My eyes must be slipping. Who is that gorgeous, sexy hump?
Madam, that's me.
I know it's you. I was talking about the day.
Well, look what's written on it. Dear Madam, 1,000 thank yous for 1,000 wonderful nights. Love, Andy Gibb.
Oh, Andy, how nice of you to write that.
It's written in your handwriting.
Well, how nice of you to learn how to write like me. That's a real sign of love.
Madam, I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
You want a couple of suggestions?
No.
Oh, come on. Now you want to see a picture of President Reagan showing me his fiscal policy?
I don't even want to know what that means. But I do want to see our next guest. Because these 5 ladies are one of rock's hottest new acts.
They sure are. They recorded one of last year's top-selling records, the smash hit, Our Lips Are Sealed.
And yours should be. Tonight, they're doing the follow-up to that hit, which is our pick hit of the week. Singing We Got the Beat, please welcome the Go-Go's.
Yeah!
Before we leave you tonight, Marylin and I would like to recap this week's top 10 songs.
Number 10, You Could Have Been With Me by Sheena Easton.
Number 9, Love Is All Right Tonight by Rick Springfield.
Number 8, Sweet Dreams by Air Supply.
Number 7, Waiting on a Friend by the Rolling Stones.
Number 6, Take It Easy on Me by the Little River Band.
Number 5, Cool Night by Paul Davis.
Number 4, Leader of the Band by Dan Fogelberg.
And number 3, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do by Darryl Hall and John Oates.
Number 2, Turn Your Love Around by George Benson.
And this week's new number 1 song is Centerfold by the J. Giles Band.
We'd like to thank all our great guests who joined us this evening and made it all happen.
And be sure to watch next week when our guests will include George Benson, Air Supply, Dottie West, Aretha Franklin, and Quarter Flash. Until then,
Good night.